Hello, everybody. Welcome to City Skylines Oakville. Welcome to another second episode of Oakville. So, in today's episode, we're going to be working on the mall areas and finishing off some new addition of neighborhoods. So, compared to the second episode of the demo, this area that we are working on here was a field that I decided to keep and make. But turns out that throughout the beginning of times, I just wasn't. I don't know. I didn't feel like adding anything there. So now with the final attempt at the series, I decided to just to build some neighborhoods and start adding in some minor details. I actually did get the assets and like that sort of stuff fixed with like the clipping and like the new update stuff that I mentioned earlier in the first episode. So right now in this episode, mostly we're gonna be pretty much decorating out these areas that deserve, to have certain decorations and whatnot. So you will notice that compared to the second episode in the demo, um, there was a large shop. Well, that was like a mini mart shopping center. It was like sort of like a little venue area that I had that was like kind of like raised. It had like a Mexican bakeries. I think it was like a loan shop or like a loan establishment, something like that. Well, in this final implementation of Oakville, we're gonna not work or not really pretty much not delve that much into detail, but I will bring in some old areas that like I had potentially built without like basically without showing footage of it. So there will be a lot of new things coming. I'm actually planning to record at least 3 episodes today. I'm feeling very energetic today for some reason. But this I was working right. I think while the first episode was uploading, I was actually working once on the second episode, and the third episode is gonna be also released. I'm actually getting a lot of stuff done with Oakville. Um, and then maybe possibly maybe next week, hopefully, I can finish up the downtown area and really incorporate what Oakville is going to become. I wasn't too sure whether I should do the continuation of certain areas in Oakville, but or Oak City, I do presume. But I'm supposing that throughout the beginning of times and through the cycle of times, a lot of areas are gonna be pretty much composited. Here in this clip, I ended up pretty much decorating out the McDonald's area and actually adding some decoration within this area. Now that establishment right there, as I mentioned in the first episode of the original or this Oakville series in the last episode, I always wanted to build a McDonald's there at that certain area. So I just thought it was kind of a cute addition, just to have a McDonald's and have my citizens really enjoying and living life how they should. So therefore, I do presume that next to the mall area, uh, where I do suppose there was like a school and like a mall area, which is right across the highway bridge, that we're about to see right now. The McDonald's establishment was placed there, and I don't know why I'm like switching up different things. I guess because I want to like make everything seem and appear different. But this time I pretty much just changed the way the city looks, and I guess you could say I put a little bit less color into the series. Um, I don't know why I did that. Maybe it's because I guess I'm so used to like I don't know, like maybe because I haven't played City Skylines in a long time, but I'm actually quite speeding, and I'm actually like going very fast towards building the series for some reason. I don't know why. I guess I wanna furthermore show you guys exactly what I'm building. What I'm specializing in and what I'm actually trying to develop throughout time. But these power lines, like, they really served a good purpose, and they do serve a good purpose. They show their worth, and I do suppose the loading time for the game every time I booted up City Skylines, um, usually the waiting time is like a minute. So that's kind of incredible for at least 1,000 assets or 2,000 assets. Um, but this little small office area used to also be there in the demo series. The BP gas station as well is there. And I was watching the second demo episode the other day. Actually, no, earlier. While I finished this episode, or I think while I was working on this episode, I was listening to the second episode of the demo that I had recently worked on last year. And come to think of it, I actually heard myself mentioning something about an Amazon facility. So we might be looking at an implementation at an Amazon fulfillment center pretty soon. Maybe in the third episode, once I eventually get there and start getting the preparations ready for like the main highway area, and like, basically the main downtown area of Oakville or Oak City. So there's gonna be a lot of things that were meant to be added to like the true reality of what Oakville or Oak City really represents. And there's just a lot of stuff to really work on with this series. I didn't want to make it a long series, but in the long run, I guess there was really no way for me to make it a shorter series. So therefore, now I'm like kind of stuck with having to deal with it and just call it a day. So the further more we go into building Oak City and expanding it to meet the point ratio status and stuff, the more we see the new implementations going through. And I do remember that there was a space with the mall area of Central Oakville, which we're building here right now. There was like an open space that I wasn't using, um, and you could see that literally being replicated perfectly. How the demo version was. So many areas of the Oakville community, compared to the demo, are actually here. A lot of the stuff and similarities of areas, but this is like the Oakville that you would have probably seen, before the demo, like the Oakville that was really was like the implementation before everything went to hell, like before the economy came to a bust. So basically this entire series is, it's gonna phase out through time. Like, you're gonna see like all these different areas change, and like, it's, I don't know, I feel like the demo and the main series really serve a purpose to tell a story about the entire, history of like the entire city, and like how like we came to like increase and like maintain different values to different, to Oakville. Is, I feel like the demo itself is gonna tell a lot of backstory, behind like how like everything came to shift together and really build itself. And that's something that really, sparks out my interest, that really, makes me think that, okay, my city, that I had recently worked on last year, has become and evolved and has been implemented or become a port in to the 2021 version of it. So, I'm actually really proud as a content creator to really bring that to the table and have a very decent, tremendous amount of assets in my city. But then, of course, everything comes with its time, and obviously, there's nothing else you could possibly change about any series. Now, I also do remember having an auto zone, and obviously that McDonald's establishment right next to that Wells Fargo area that I just added. Um, and it's actually quite funny because that Wells Fargo wasn't there before. I think it was like a McDonald's establishment, and then this area you see here was also a small mini mart, sort of like a mini mart shopping center, small facility. But I ended up scrapping that idea and actually implementing a Lowe's establishment along with the PetSmart shopping center. So I implemented that very well. I didn't want to use the same old ideas I had for Oakville or Oak City, the demo version. I wanted to really make the city appear like sort of like I don't know, like we kind of delved in time, we kind of time travel type vibe, So, I'm actually quite proud to say that this entire series, along with like the entire implementation of different things, I'm actually proud to say that it's become a thing, and I'm actually quite proud to say that we have something going here for the city. So like I'm actually really proud, and you know I never thought I'd get this far with recreating Oakville or Oak City, and then of course we have a very different look at things. I'm actually still using the same exact LUT and theme, which is the coastal LUT theme, which I will leave in the description below for you guys to check out for yourselves. But the theme has actually redefined and actually defined Oak City or Oakville um, very, very well. But the furthermore we go down into really shaping Oak City or Oakville, the furthermore we see newer things coming to the table, such as like neighborhoods, the little neighborhoods behind the shopping center, all that sort of stuff. Will actually come together, and we'll actually have like the small neighborhoods that I originally had planned out, but then of course they're gonna be all here. Anyways, enough of me talking for 11 minutes, going to 12 now. I hope to see you guys later on in episode 3. Maybe later on today once I uploaded it. I hope to see you guys later on, and take care. Wear a mask, and I will see you guys in episode 3. Take care.